So I had to get my money up. And again, I can't say this loud enough. Don't be afraid to humble yourself. It's okay to go drive Uber. It's okay to go drive Postmates. I did it all. I was literally riding around driving Postmates, delivering fast food to people for like $6 an hour. I was doing everything that I possibly could to be making money because I knew that was gonna lead me to my freedom. And people.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast, BullThruIt. This podcast is going to feature entrepreneurs, their story, and a struggle in their life and how they bowled through it. This podcast is mainly going to feature traders, but all entrepreneurs will be welcome. The goal of the podcast is for you to realize that everyone goes through trials, everyone goes through tribulations in their journey of becoming a successful entrepreneur. Now, you will hear from successful entrepreneurs that were just once getting started. So, the whole goal is for you to gain some knowledge and wisdom along your journey to take with you as you begin. So if you can please leave a like, a thumbs up, a comment, subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated, and I really hope you enjoyed today's guest. Okay, so we got Mike Sancho on the podcast, BullThruIt today, my boy Sanchi. For you guys that somehow don't know Sancho, Sancho has been in the game a very long while, overcome a lot of things, bowled through a lot of things. Currently, Sancho is running a massive FBA company called Wealth Accelerators. Basically a multi-million-dollar company right now, right?
Yeah, that's correct. We're on pace to be an 8-figure company this year.
Okay. So he's got that running for him. He's currently a 6-figure earner in network marketing. Also owns a funding company currently located in the great state of Florida.
Yes, sir.
Like
Palm tree state.
Palm tree. So you're all
Florida
about
boy.
Florida boy. All right. So like
boy.
I've known you for like 3 years, bro, and you've always dreamed of living in Florida. You're now there. All right.
Yes.
Take me back to that first day you said to yourself, just something hit you and you said, there's got to be something more than this. Take me there, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think probably one of the earlier moments, I think that moment probably happened for me pretty early on. I think probably, I can't really recall the exact moment, but I remember always thinking from a younger age, that I looked at things very objectively. And when adults would describe things to me about, what life is supposed to be and what my life is going to look like, and when they would paint a future for me of what's realistic, I wasn't too appealed by it, right? I wasn't too driven by their version of what life was like, right? Because I had my eyes open and I was looking all around and I noticed a massive variance between, people's standard of living, right? So a lot of people were, working very hard, not, living the kind of life that they want to be living, maybe dissatisfied with where they're at in life, with their job, with their circumstances, no time freedom, no money freedom. And then I looked around and I looked at people who did have things like time freedom and money freedom and, were wealthy. They did create success. And I started to identify that, based off of the decisions that I made in my life and the actions that I took, ultimately my destination is up to me. It's not just a matter of my circumstance or situation, and the only way to be successful is through sheer luck or being gifted or born into it, but really I'm an advocate of creating your own luck. And so I would say that's, and to keep it, kind of short, because I like to ramble, as you know, and just kind of talk. But I think, just thinking back to being a kid and, how kids are so full of imagination. I think that's one thing that I've always kept inside of me is that childlike imagination of I can do whatever I want to do. And that's because if I put my mind to it and I believe in it and I take action on it, there's really nothing that's going to get in my way. And I've carried that narrative from my childhood into my adult life where I'm at today.
Nice. Okay. Completely makes sense. I honestly really vibe with that. Like I'm there.
I think you feel the same way as me.
Yeah, totally. Like, dude, we're so young. I remember I found this Facebook post that I made in like 2012, and it was like, I know one thing, and that's I won't live the average American dream.
See, that's exactly it, bro. Like you didn't know exactly what that meant, but you knew that you were going to be able to create your life. You didn't know what that looked like yet because we were so young and we are just coming into our life and, you know, being part of a child and growing up in school and society. But, you know, we knew that it went much further than where we were at, and we could see further down the line, which is crazy.
So, dude, we're already getting spiritual. So we're like, what, 14? In 2012, all right, 2012, 8 years ago, I am 14 years old, right?
Okay.
Do you think that we came to this earth already with this fire in us, or did it like grow? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like everyone has that potential?
I think that they do. I think that everyone does have that potential, but I think the problem is that we develop this self-limitation at such a young age, and I think it happens mainly around adolescence when people start to hit those teenage years.
Yeah.
Because then people become more focused on other things like fitting in or being cool and, you know, just distractions really that are taking away from our unique individuality, right? People are wanting to conform and be like the masses. So they begin, you know, putting these limitations on ourselves. So I think it's self-inflicted, but for those who are able to hold on to that and basically go against the grain, you know, I think every single person is born with that potential, because really what's different from you and I, what's different from me and someone else? Not much, man.
Yeah.
We all have, you know, noses, we all have eyes, ears, arms, legs. We're here. We're waking up every day and we're going to sleep at night. We all have access to the same exact tools and resources. Everyone can use computers. Everyone can use phones. Everyone can browse the internet. We all have the resources, but are you going to figure out how to be resourceful is the question.
Yeah, completely. So to bounce off that, what would you advise to the viewer who is basically going through this struggle right now? They're laying in their bed and they've just been told at school that they have to be this certain person, or they feel this limitation coming upon them. Mm-hmm. What would you advise to them to do? What should they do? Should they reach out or whatever to continue to keep that light? Just like you said, it happens. Right. So what do you think?
What they need to do first thing is they need to keep a lock on their brain, because there's going to be a lot of unsolicited noise and advice and programming. And really what other people are going to be telling them is limitations in their own life, right? They're telling them what's possible. If someone's telling you can't do something, what they're really saying subconsciously is what they can't do. They're projecting their own self-limitation upon you. So you need to keep a lock on your brain. And that's most important, is that security on your brain and really protecting your energy. And just it can get definitely tough. I've been in a lot of situations and scenarios, and I mean, even years at a time when I was growing up, where, you know, the programming around me was something that I literally had to just tune out because it was very unhealthy to be listening to. And if you let it creep inside you, it's toxic. And that toxicity will spread very quickly, and it will turn into negativity. Yeah. And negativity is going to put your life into a downward spiral, right? So I'm a very positive, optimistic person. And I basically, the biggest key I can give you is just keep a lock on your brain and just stay focused and put on blinders.
Yeah, and little story for the viewers is, me and Mike, it's a crazy story how things happen. Literally, like Mike would tell you, 2017, I'm scrolling through Facebook. I basically had just given up on a clothing brand because I was by myself, and I knew I still wanted to be an entrepreneur. And I saw this Facebook ad that Mike was running that people today would think it's a total scam, but holy cow, that worked like a charm. And it was midnight. Mike was somehow still up. The dude's always awake. And we just started talking for hours. That was probably talked.
Yeah, we were going back and forth for quite a while.
Yeah, that night. Next day, I'm like, dude, this guy, I had never, ever in my life met someone who just believed. Like, I'm serious. I can't say that enough. Like, and that's when I knew I didn't care really what you were doing, but I just wanted to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
And what just, I don't know, man, like, what had to be the day where you just said no more negativity? Or have you always been that way? Like, was it books or?
I think for me, I've just had a very, very strong mental discipline. I think that it comes from sports growing up, because I had a lot of mentors early on through sports coaches, because what they teach you in sports is to be not only tough physically, but more so mentally, because mental toughness is more important than anything else. The only way you're going to achieve success in life is through mental toughness, through mental discipline. You have to be tough internally. So I'm constantly very stoic, and you'll never see me like too high or too low. I'm very even keeled is the way you would describe it. And what this is called is emotional intelligence, because I analyze information from my environment as it comes in, and then I process it logically and calmly.
Yeah.
Right. So even if something comes in through my sensory gateway, right, my visual, whatever, if something that comes into my senses, right, and it may be something very negative or unappealing, or something that can draw a pretty drastic emotional response, but my disciplined response is to process the information first and think before I react, think before I speak, think before I, throw my arms up, think before I do anything. So I'm always thinking first before I react to anything. And once I process and analyze the information, 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, probably, 999 times out of 1,000, it's something that doesn't elicit as drastic of an emotional response as someone would normally put with it. Because if it's not going to matter 5 years from now, don't give it more than 5 minutes of your attention today, right? Chances are most people are getting so upset over little tiny things in their day-to-day life, and it's not healthy, right? It's low emotional intelligence. So I basically trained myself through repetition and auto-suggestion and just mental, strengthening and gymnastics, right? Just work in your mind, because you have to practice at it. Like with everything, nothing just happens immediately, right? This is something through years and years and years of conditioning. And like I said, it goes back to my sports days, because I had coaches and mentors that helped me push myself further than I thought I could go, right? They help you get to the wall, because that's where growth is. When you hit that resistance of you can't go any further, you're uncomfortable, you hit that resistance in life, you have to push through, because that's where growth happens, right? It's when you're uncomfortable. So so that's pretty much how I've been able to do that, is just through practice,
repetition.
Yeah.
So balancing off that, basically through all these trials, like you've basically become mentally tough through practice, right? So I read
Yes.
this. I was reading How to Prosper in Tough Times by Napoleon Hill and Joseph Murphy. Basically, this kid was given absolutely everything. He was in the royal family, and at like 10 years old, I can't remember the exact age, the gate was open in his castle, and he ran it out, and the kid got hit by a car, died. And basically the moral of the story is the kid did not know to look both ways because he was given everything. So basically where I'm going here is
You
that
didn't know the basics.
that's who we are, and it's a great segue into BullThruIt. So Mike, if you don't mind sharing, what would possibly be the hardest trial that you've had to truly bull through in your entrepreneurship journey? You can be vague, specific, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Or
there's just
what
so,
comes to mind, yeah.
yeah, there's just so many, to be honest with you, man. And one thing I would say to the audience here, and I love this concept of bull through it, right? Just bull through it. Life is bullish, right? Stay on the uptrend and just bull through your obstacles and your problems, because no matter what business I've been building, what I'm doing in life, every single thing I've done, I'm constantly met with setbacks, challenges, disasters, blessings in disguise. Sometimes you think your biggest failure actually turns out to be your greatest blessing, right? Sometimes, I've literally gone from losing my entire income overnight into a major blessing, because it puts me into the position I'm supposed to be in today, in the vehicle I'm in now. And I would say, probably that's one of the biggest ones, I would say, for me, because as you know, right, I was building a network marketing company, and I hit a new income level in life, which was huge for me. And I started spending and living like I was at that income stream, like I was making that amount yearly, which is a big mistake.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to, as soon as you start achieving a new level of income, you don't automatically want to start spending like you're going to earn that for the next 365 days. Because when you're an entrepreneur, listen up, guys, your income is volatile until you establish multiple streams across multiple different asset classes that are just continually paying you, where you have that guaranteed income. But anyways, what happened was the owners of this company, they were not good business owners, and they clashed, and the business was not successful, right? Like so many businesses. And for me, being an affiliate of that company, I have no say in what's happening, right? I'm just along for the ride. All I am as the affiliate is, hey, I like these products and services. I send you here, you buy. I earn commissions, grow a team. We earn more and more commissions on a residual basis. So that company ended up going down, and that was, that seemed like, it was a nightmare, but actually it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, because I got put into a even better platform, and I was building a stable long-term business. And then the funny thing is that it even happened again, where the new owners clashed again, and they didn't work well again. And there was actually, a common thread, I guess, hey, you give people chances, but, two strikes, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, or fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, right? We were along for the ride, and we had a better experience, but that business ended up going down, and I lost that income stream again. And then for the third time, now I finally got into the platform I'm with now, and the owners are not clashing. The owners are actually working very well together, and we're building a very unique platform with technology that's never been released before, in a business model that's never been created before. It's basically a marketplace for trading technology developers to release their tech trading nerds, right? People who wanna win in forex like me, and who are just bananas about these expert advisors because these technologies are just so cool what they can do, and obviously as well as you help in development with trading technology. So I would say that was probably the biggest adversity is just building up a business and having that income taken out overnight, having to start from scratch, build up again, boom, take Achilles cut again, back to zero. It's you have to expect these adversities in business, because this stuff is going to happen. In trading, right? You may lose money. I've lost many accounts, right? I got to a point earlier this year where I got very arrogant in my trading, and I allowed my discipline to slip up, and I messed up with my risk management, and I lost again. I thought that I had everything figured out, and I told myself I was going to stick to my route. I was going to stick to my plan, be conservative. But what happened was the markets got really volatile. I thought I saw an opportunity where I could capitalize. I knew what was going to happen. I over leveraged, and I ended up losing money. So I got that cockiness, and I was humbled by the markets, right? That's, you're going to take blows in different areas in entrepreneurship, but no matter what happens, you just need to learn from it, because everything is a lesson that's going to make you smarter so that you don't do that same thing again in the future. You're going to make sure that you're proceeding forward with caution. You're still proceeding forward because you have to, but you're cautious and you're smarter, and you're not going to make the same mistakes again. And then, as you level up, your problems and your setbacks and your issues are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. What you think is a setback now, right? 5 years from now, 10 years from now in business, you're going to be on a whole another playing field. You're going to be talking big money, right? You could be doing big $10 million real estate deals. You're talking about, damn, I lost $1 million last month. And that's the reality. If you're losing $1 million, chances are you're probably making tens of millions of dollars. Yeah. So there's levels to it at each as you go, as you progress. So the challenges and the setbacks, they're never going to disappear. They're never going to go away. But I think probably, those are probably the best lessons that I have learned. And it also taught me, make sure that you are diversified, because that was one of my main goals too, because, being an affiliate of a company is a volatile income stream just naturally, because your income is tied to someone else's company. It's not tied to your own product, your own business. So you just have to know that can disappear overnight. It may not, you may have that income stream for the rest of your life. Yeah. Or it may disappear overnight. We don't know what that is. So you need to make sure that you are getting diversified. And those were two very solid reminders of make sure that you have other businesses, other income streams. And that's why I've been so on the ball with growing my investment accounts, having money in crypto, putting money into Forex accounts, building the e-commerce business, right? The FBA automation service, right? All these other things, the funding company, having different products, tools, companies, stuff that I own, all sorts of income streams paying me, passive income, residual income, royalty income, earned income, all different types of streams hitting at different times, right? So that's how you're gonna battle these setbacks the best way, just by having money on command, because you're gonna lose money in certain places. But if you always have money coming in and it's coming in from multiple sources, then you're always gonna keep progressing over time. It's just like the equity curve of a trading account, right? You're always gonna be going up and down, up and down, up and down. But over the long term, you're bullish. You're gonna bull through it because you're on a steady uptrend. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, all right. So you're here now, right?
Yeah.
You're here now. You have the 6-figure passive income from your network marketing company. You have the massive business of Amazon FBA that you've grown basically yourself, right? From that lesson, you learned to grow that. That's a multi-million-dollar company. But so now you have the money to diversify. What is basically, it took you years upon years to get there, right? So what was your plan? Were you just thinking, all right, you need that one breakthrough and then you do it, or were you doing this kind of all along?
Well, I was doing it all along, but my biggest task, I would say, and it's still my biggest task right now, I'd say all through your 20s, or if you're in your 30s, even into your 30s, your number one goal has to be increasing your income. And this is one of the biggest takeaways that I've gotten from Grant Cardone, is that rule number one is you have to figure out ways to increase your income.
Yeah.
And that can be any way, right? And don't be afraid to humble yourself. Yeah. Because that's one thing that I've never been ashamed to do, is humble myself. I literally worked in restaurants. I worked in fast food. I worked as a dishwasher, and I knew that I was going to be a millionaire washing dishes. I wasn't washing dishes because, oh, he's just a dishwasher. I was washing dishes because I could do that as a second or third job for 20 or 30 hours a week and make an extra $200, $300 a week, which is now an extra $900,000 a month, which I can put into investing, because you can only be so many places at once. You need to get your money working for you as fast as possible. That's the only way. Goal number one was creating freedom. The only way I was going to do that was by doubling and tripling my income through passive investments and income streams. So I had to get my money up. And again, I can't say this loud enough. Don't be afraid to humble yourself. It's okay to go drive Uber. It's okay to go drive Postmates. I did it all. I was literally riding around, driving Postmates, delivering fast food to people for like $6 an hour. I was doing everything that I possibly could to be making money, because I knew that was gonna lead me to my freedom. And people, they could laugh at me, they could judge me, they could say whatever they want. Doesn't really matter. I'm getting after it, right? Because nobody else's opinion matters. I'm living in my own reality. It's my world, it's my life. And if I want to have the quality of life that I want to have, I'm going to go out and get it. You know what I mean? Dude, I would have no problem if I went back to scratch right now, zero, take it all away. I'd go wash dishes again right now, and I would not even be salty about it. I would be in the zone washing dishes, plotting out my moves. I would be thinking about exactly how I'm going to get it all back and how I'm going to get it back 10 times faster than the first time, because I already know how to do it now.
Yeah.
I already know how to do it.
Dude, oh my gosh. All right, and just because it's the climate of the U.S. right now, look, so many people are having this victim mindset due to the political climate. That right there, what you just said, no matter what happens to you, you're going to get it back. It doesn't matter. So what do you have? What's your opinion or mindset when it comes to like the who wins or whatever, like, or victim mindset?
Yeah.
Think about it, man.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. And again, if it is to be, it's up to me, right, bro? It's like the only form of accountability is self-accountability.
Yes.
If you're playing a victim, you're selling yourself short and you're setting yourself up for failure. Yeah. Because when you play the victim, you're not holding yourself accountable. You're putting your situation is dependent on another variable. It's not. It all comes down to you. And again, this is probably going back to just my childhood and playing sports and just that self-discipline. It's like no one's going to feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. You have to go and get up and live your own life. Nobody's going to come here and just magically jump into your life and give you $1 million. Yeah, no one's on the way to save you, and nobody cares about you. Yes, your family, they care about you. They want to see you doing well, but nobody is going to care about your success more than you. You have to be the one. So, and this is really the hardest part. And this is just like everything. It's just like within trading, you have to be a disciplined trader. If you want to be a successful trader, you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to follow your trading plan. Everything in life that you want is up to you. If you can master your mind, you can master the world. And that's literally all there is to it.
So good. And dude, I remember whenever we lived together, like we were literally living on like air mattresses, and we did not care. And the thing is,
that was awesome. Yeah.
Here's what's so cool is like that's still you. You know what I'm saying? Like you've leveled up, but like that you haven't changed. You know what I'm saying? So how have you kept that same hunger, even though you're basically you have it? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. I think for me, it's always the pursuit. I think I'm happiest when I'm growing and pushing myself and seeing how far I can take it. I have massive belief at what's possible in life, because I look around at what other people have done, and if they can do it, why can't I do it, right? There's people literally like Elon Musk out here who is almost like a human alien, and he's just doing things at such a big level. It really makes the things that I'm doing at my level, it's like so molecular compared to what Elon's doing. It's like, dude, if he can do that, it's like, why can't I do this? Why, if Jeff Bezos can do this, why can't I do this? Why can't I make $1 million a year? Why can't I make $1 million a month? There's so many people doing it. So, I never, get to a place where I'm comfortable. I think one thing that I realized is that life is long, right? A lot of people, they want success quickly, but life is long, right? Life is long. So for me, I'm all about the long game. I always play everything long. I'm sit back, I'm relaxed, and I'm chilled because I know the projection of where I'm heading, and I know that daily compound effect, I know what it's leading to long term for my future. So if you really just sit back and you kind of jellyfish back and you look at things from like a bird's eye view, and you think about life, and you think about, okay, this is my life. This is where I'm at in the timeline of my life. I'm way up here. My life is long. Life is long. I'm way up here. I'm in like the first quarter. Yeah. I'm in like the first, you know what I mean? It's the beginning of my life. I got all this time here. And when I sit back and I look at the people that have the things that I want to have, yep, and I look at them and I'm able to learn from them and practice the same strategies and teachings that they've done to get where they are. Because if you do what people do and you say what they say, you're going to end up with what they have. You're going to get exactly what they have. So I observe these people who have, the things that I want, the time freedom, the money freedom, the millionaires, the wealthy. I study them. I study their strategies that they've practiced throughout their lifetime, which has made them successful. And then I put those same strategies into action, and I let that compound throughout my life. It's like, the way I view it is like a board game. It's like a board game. A lot of people, it's kind of like Monopoly. Is Monopoly in real life, and every property you get is another asset. And as you go through life, you stack up and you build assets. What a lot of people do is they make the mistake of just going around the board and collecting the $200. They don't pick up any assets along the way. They don't have businesses. They don't have passive income. They don't have investments. They're literally just circling the board, collecting $200, and then they're paying rent on wherever they land, right? And then circumstances happen over life, inflation, things get expensive. Next thing you know, they're on the brink of poverty, and they can't even afford to stay in any of the nice apartments or the hotels or the towers on the board. They're like, man, I hope I get on one of the light blue properties, or I hope I just land on a railroad, or maybe I land on a chance card. They're like, please don't let me land on Park Ave or whatever, like the blue property with a big hotel. You're paying like $1,500 a night. So you realize that life, to me, I've gamified it. I look at it as games. Like, it's a game to me. Life is a game, and I'm just reaching new levels as I go. And how you hit new levels is by hitting new, basically, income goals and different stacking on different businesses. The more money you make, the more levels you're hitting in your life. The more, better vehicles you can buy, the better house you can buy, the better boat you can buy, the more you can travel. So I'm just leveling up, and I'm just playing the game of life, but I'm playing by the strategies that are proven to win, because I'm following the people who have the things that I want. And the common thread between all these people is that, they fall on the right side of the cash flow quadrant. It's all business owners and investors. That's it. Everything is leverage. How can I leverage my money? How can I leverage my time? And I'm just continuing to do that exponentially throughout the course of my life. And as my investments start to build up, obviously, they compound, and my income streams also increase. So it just gets easier and easier and easier as we go. And like I said, life is long. So I play the long game. I'm not afraid to humble myself. I'll put my head down. I didn't have any fun for 3 years. I wasn't going out drinking every weekend. I turned the TV off. I got in the trenches, and I was working, and I was learning, and I was reading, and I was building. I was building the foundation, the building blocks for my life, and that's how I did it.
Yeah, and it's so true. Like, that's exactly what it takes. Like, now they see you doing this and that, but they weren't there whenever, we were sleeping on the air mattress, or we were still working this part-time job, or we were
That's right.
Or we were barely able to go to the beach, or
I slept on that air mattress for a year straight. It was a $50 air mattress from Walmart. Could I have bought in a bed? Yes, but I'd rather put it in a Forex account and try and compound it. Whether I blew the account or not is irrelevant, because I probably blew that money learning to trade. But guess what? Now I'm at where I am now, and I'm able to compound all my accounts through my knowledge, through these tools, this technology, through everything combined. So, it
literally the experience, honestly, like, all of those sacrifices, and basically it doesn't matter how much you failed until right now. Like, you could literally lose everything, be in an insane amount of debt for 5, 6 years, 7 years. And literally one day could change it all. One single day.
And everything is experience, bro. Everything's experience. Even things that I know aren't going to work well, I'm still doing them. You remember, we were going around putting up yard signs for network marketing events, for IML, and who did we meet? We even enrolled somebody. We met Shobit.
Yeah.
I still talk with Shobit. I still talk with some of his friends.
Yeah.
They're actually still in the trading. His friends are developing trading softwares.
No way.
Yeah, his friend has an amazing trading software. It's like astounding how good it is. So,
so
and Shobit's about to graduate. He wants to go all in on trading. He's a very smart guy. So, dude, I mean,
that's great. I got Shobit trading. I don't even talk. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, you got to hit him up, bro. You changed his life.
Now that I think about it, dude, and that's another story right there. I remember Shobit coming over to the house. He put $1,000 in his trading account, and we stayed trading all night. And I think he made like $100.
Yeah, like, that changed his paradigm. Yeah, he was so excited.
Yeah, and then, but the thing is, I remember I was telling him, I was like, risk management and don't overtrade. I was telling him everything.
And he's a new trader, and he blew it all.
And he was extremely like
emotionally connected, to his money.
And I hadn't heard from him in a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought he was like, oh, Shobit is probably done. And it's crazy. Like, right there, he had to bowl through that. He had to overcome that. And now, Yeah, now
It definitely took a big blow with him, man, because it's been, what, 2 years, and he hasn't, he's not super far. It set him back for a long time, but he's still in it. He's still in the trenches.
dude, that's such a good story to have on here.
Yeah.
He actually hit me
So
up.
it's like, you think about that, man. It's just the experience, dude. It's like, even though that direct marketing campaign didn't amount to anything crazy or stupendous, it's still the actual act and effort of putting the intention into the universe that I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to go out and do it. I'm going to work for it. I'm going to get connected with people. We even enrolled people off of it, got a friend off of it. It could potentially lead to something right now where now they're working with trading tech. They're all, genius kids, and they're all creating algorithms for trading.
Yeah. That right there, I agree so much with, is literally the actual energy. It's not about the outcome. When we detach from the outcome, the actual action and energy, the physical energy is actually a vibration that we're sending out. And basically it's saying we are seeking this. And whenever we put that energy out there, it's seeking us. And
exactly.
Now,
and it'll manifest eventually. Yeah, it will.
It could take years, it could take months until you even hear about it or whatever, but it's out there, like, because what goes around comes around. So the fact that we put the energy out there, it has to come back some way, shape, or form. So that is a massive thing that I want to give to the viewers, is literally just that right there, is what goes around comes around. The energy you're putting into what you're doing right now is going to come back sooner or later. It doesn't matter when. To be able to detach from the outcome and know the compound effect is at work in your favor changes absolutely everything. And I can say with ease, Mike Sancho has been in the trenches for years upon years upon years. And in the past, what 18 months, 2 years?
I would say really the past 3 years has been, really where my life has changed the most. Yeah.
3 years.
Past 2-3 years.
Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy, like, hearing your story. So tell the viewers a little bit more about the Amazon FBA, like what you got going on. I know you guys are building some warehouses and stuff like that. And so tell me a little more about that.
Absolutely. So we basically created a very unique business model, and the way I like to frame it is e-commerce consulting and business management services. So what we do is we bring on business partners, and they come forward with their investment. And what we do is we leverage that investment, right? We leverage their capital towards products and inventory, which we're going to sell through Amazon. And our team runs the operational side of the business for them, and we share in the profits together. So it's a mutually beneficial partnership, and our team basically does everything from sourcing the products for the client, negotiating with the suppliers on their behalf, getting the items shipped to our warehouses in Orlando, where we repackage the items, send them to the fulfillment centers. Then we list the products on Amazon for them. We optimize the listings, do the keywords, rank the products, in the buy box, everything. And then we also run the customer service in the back end for them. And the reason why this is such a smart business model is because this allows someone to basically build up an Amazon seller business, a six-figure business, without them having to actually put in the time and effort to learn how to do it, right? Because if you spent, let's say, 14 hours a day learning how to sell on Amazon and being an Amazon wizard for the next 48 months, chances are you'd probably be a pretty dang good Amazon seller 4 years from now, and I'm sure you'd be earning six figures, multiple six figures. So that's what we do is we take our know-how, because we've already done this and been doing it for years. We take our know-how and we pair it with the investors. We leverage their capital for the products, like I mentioned, and we share in the profits together. And a lot of people ask, well, if you guys know how to do this, why don't you just do it on your own? And that's a great question. We absolutely can do this on our own, but if we're wanting to scale quicker, we're able to scale quicker by bringing on partners, right? If we bring on 100 partners that all invest $50,000 with us, that's $5 million being injected into our business. That's $2.5 million worth of inventory. If we were going to scale ourselves up to $2.5 million of inventory, it would take years and years and years and years. So by us basically opening our arms and bringing in investors, right, and teaming up with people, we're able to accomplish in 2 to 3 years what would probably take us 20 to 30 years on our own. And what we also do is we pool our money with investors, because now that we have this group of people, we're close to 200 clients now, we have this group of investors. As they're earning with us and making money over the years, we're able to take that money and put it into other things, like hedge funds together. We can create our own hedge fund. We can crowdfund real estate deals, apartment complexes, residential, skyscrapers, anything that we want to do, we're able to do with these investors. So the Amazon business is booming. As you know, Amazon is the dominant e-commerce platform in the world. Half of all sales online are happening through Amazon. And with FBA wholesale model, that's really the preferred selling method of Amazon. FBA is standing for Fulfilled by Amazon, and we're literally partnered directly with Amazon. So what we do, it's a wholesale distribution business. So we're buying items in bulk, and then we're getting a discount, right? Because it's wholesale. It's like if you went to Costco or Sam's Club and you buy 200 ketchup bottles, right? You're going to be paying less per unit than if you went to Publix and bought one ketchup bottle. So that's what we're doing. We're buying in bulk from suppliers, distribution centers, manufacturers, and we say, hey, we're looking to get 500 units. We want 1,000 units. We need the price this low. We're driving down the price because we're buying in bulk. Yeah. And then what we do is we get those items shipped to us in Orlando. That's where our warehouses are. Those are essentially repackaging facilities, because what happens is they're sending us the money. They're sending us the products, and let's say we ordered 1,000 units. They're just sending us 1,000 units in a pallet. They're not going to have everything broken down individual, because if someone's shopping on Amazon, they're not going to buy 1,000 at a time. They're going to buy one. So that means we need to take all of those units and we need to repackage them individually so they're ready for individual distribution. Then we send them to, Amazon's warehouses, and then that's where the final order is fulfilled, right? So that's the FBA. The order is fulfilled by Amazon. So when someone's shopping on Amazon and they place that order, okay, now they can get 1-day shipping, 2-day shipping, whatever. The product is already sitting in Amazon's warehouses. So it's ready to go, and we dish it out. And that's how that business works. We've been running that business for about 2 years now. And we're turning a huge corner with that business. We're growing very quickly at this point.
Cool. So if you guys want to get in with Mike, I'm going to have a link in the description. First link in the description. What would it be? Would it be like what they'd set up a call with you, or what?
We can send them to we'll send them to our company website, and then they can schedule to book a call through there. Okay. So it's just www.wealthacceleratorsfba.com. And you can add that below, and then they can go and check out the website, and they can learn more about the Amazon business and get in touch with me directly.
Cool. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check that out. Mike is a 7-figure Amazon seller, and tons of his clients are absolutely going nuts. So definitely check that out. I trust Mike with my life. So if you were to buy from anyone or invest with anyone, I definitely trust Mike. So I'll definitely put that in there. I guess to end things, bro, is on like an excited note. What are you excited for when you wake up?
When I wake up, man, I'm excited for the opportunity to breathe in through my lungs and breathe out through my mouth and my nose, right? I wake up with an attitude of gratitude, and I'm just happy to be here, man, because no matter what happens, at least I'm here living the experience. because you know what? Many days and nights are gonna pass, right? The sun's gonna go up, it's gonna go down, it's gonna go up, it's gonna go down. One day I'm not even gonna be here anymore. So I'm just enjoying my time here, man, and my opportunity to live this life, and especially at the time and age that we are right now. Today, right now, is the greatest day in history to ever be alive. The
Man.
tools that we have at our fingertips, the opportunity, the resources, the abundance is just incredible. You think about what people went through for thousands and thousands of years before us, and all the hardships and struggles and what they had to face on a day-to-day basis. And we really take our conveniences for granted today, and just how easy life is and how blessed we are. So I wake up excited, and I'm happy to be here breathing in air. I like to go outside. If it's a nice day, that makes me even happier. I'm just breathing in air, feeling good, and just radiating that positivity and that abundance, and just attracting everything great into my life and everything that I want. So that's how I wake up, man.
Yeah, bro. Dude, you always make my day so much better. That was such a good ending. So
Good,
thank
man.
you
Good.
guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out Mike. I'll leave out his like Instagram, Facebook, and all that in the bio. Check out that link in the description if you want to check out what Mike is up to. I can also leave your the Avoria Prime link too if you want.
Yeah, we can. Let's put my Instagram handle. We can put you guys can follow me at the Mike Sancho, and you can see on there, you can learn about some of the trading technology that we use with Avoria Prime, and hopefully we're releasing some new tech with some really cool developers, some that you guys might know. So we'll keep it locked and loaded for the future. It's going to be very exciting as we progress into the trading landscape for the next decade, and we really look at how artificial intelligence and automation just transforms the financial sector. It's going to be super exciting. So I just love nerding out on this stuff, and making money in Forex is such a fun thing.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and a comment, subscribe. Make sure to thank Mike for coming on. So thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, bro. And
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Going.